So I also would like to tell you one thing. When we started, you know that we started the live streaming in March 2020. We started only for 3 days, but then the response made us to continue. But there is something happened before that, around 2019 November onwards, for 5 months until 2020 March. Something, we had the chapel which you see every day in the live streaming. That was not a chapel frequently used by us. We have another chapel where bigger hall, that is what we use normally. This chapel was just ignored, not purposely, but because there is no program there. And there was an old altar, there was no monstrance, there was no tabernacle, there was no crucifix, and just a simple, small chapel, not even half of the size of this stage. And just 5 months before the live streaming, suddenly the Lord gave an inspiration to paint that chapel. So suddenly in an emergency, there was, for 8 years, for 6 years, we never painted, never did anything to that chapel. But the last 5 months of before the pandemic started, the Lord said, paint it. After painting, the Lord said, put one tabernacle. We ordered a huge, biggest one available in Kerala. We ordered by ship and brought it in 1 month. It came to UK and we fixed it. And the Lord said, new altar. Within 1 month, I think within 2 weeks, a new altar was built. And there were some statues. It was old statue left behind by the Benedictines. We are asked to paint it. And one of our team members, one girl, Joan Fernandez, she painted it, the whole statue, Mother Mary statue and Saint Joseph statue, which was broken, and all the fittings and all refixed everything and painted it. And then after once all these things and new the sound systems and all these things were arranged and everything was kept, and we have no clue what is the plan. And then that is 2020 January, the Lord said, prepare some talks. And then we have a basement chapel and adoration chapel. I kept the Blessed Sacrament exposed there. And from morning to evening, I was sitting and preparing talks, not 1 or 2 talks, so many talks. And I was reading and listening to the talks. And I was reading the Bible and reading some books continuously for whole 1 month. And the moment we do some work outside and come back and sit there, and so one of our volunteers asked, Father, what are you planning to, are you doing any research or studies? Or I said, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just preparing some talks. And then once all these things were, chapel was completed, the furnishing was completed, new monstrance was kept, tabernacle was kept, the altar was new, everything in that chapel which you can see, including the electronic items, are fresh and new. And then COVID started, lockdown declared, and we started live streaming there. And then all these things happened. Now we know what God was leading and guiding. Now we know the meanings of everything that God. Praise the Lord. So this is how the Lord leads, my dear brothers and sisters. Jeremiah and we all were there from the beginning. He was also there. So we all know what was happening in our eyes, in front of our eyes. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. So our God is alive. Our God is alive. He is capable of doing mighty things. You just need to believe and listen to His voice. Be obedient to the inspirations. And I was wondering, I was here for many years, and I went to Divine Retreat Center, Porta, and UK. I had only maybe around 30 talks available in my bag, in my custody, prepared talks, only 30 talks. But in these last 2 years, more than 800 talks were given, and it is still continuing, because when we give, the Lord started giving more. I was hesitant to publish it earlier. When I was here, I was told many people, Father, why don't you put it in YouTube? I was hesitant. I thought maybe people will hear it, and then I will have to prepare new ones. And I may not get new ones. It's better not to announce, put it in the YouTube, let the people come for retreat, then I have something already. But now we don't care about all those things, because let everyone listen and listen. God is giving more and more. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Why do I share these things? Because I just want to glorify the Lord the way the Lord is guiding us. And the Lord will guide the same way to you. When you have our testimony testified and you hear it, then you will have something to testify. You will also connect to your life. The way God guided you, the way the Lord helped you, the way the Lord led you. And you will be inspired. And you know this is how God guides. You have to be submissive. You have to be obedient. Right? So you will also get a conviction. That is why I was sharing with you this. Praise the Lord. So will you pray for the Goa retreat, 2 days of Goa retreat, and one rosary, extra rosary, not the regular rosary which you recite, extra rosary for the success of that retreat. Will you do that? And one Divine Mercy Chaplet, will you do that? Those who promise until Monday, you have to do it. Not only one day, but Monday. How many of you are ready to do? For the people who are going to come, you pray for them, intercede for them.